I've got some major news for you guys here around the Bitcoin ecosystem and the Cardano ecosystem. First off, we've got this news update here around New Hampshire being allowed to invest in Bitcoin itself, but then also this major airdrop that's happening with BitcoinOS. The BOS token is going to be a Cardano native token, and anyone in the Cardano ecosystem and other chains that they're connected with in the future will be able to access this token here. And I've got some details around this particular airdrop and what it could mean for Bitcoin holders. All right, let's get into these news updates. So the first one here is the New Hampshire governor signing the bill into law, allowing the state to invest into Bitcoin. This is major because maybe there's criminal investigations in the state and they managed to seize Bitcoin. They're now allowed to hold it and put it on their balance sheet. Maybe they're purchasing it to hedge against inflation or adopting Bitcoin mining within the state. Whatever it might be, they're now allowed to hold it on their balance sheet and show it as an asset. So that is a major step forward for the Bitcoin ecosystem and for regulation in the United States in general. Now, the interesting thing here is that Bitcoin doesn't have a lot of yield-bearing opportunities. The state could be holding US Treasury bills, for example, and that earns interest, a very small amount, but you can still earn interest of it. So it's more appealing in ways to hold some of that so that you can earn the interest and you can use that interest to pay for other things. So that's usually what people do. But Bitcoin doesn't have those opportunities until now. With BitcoinOS, the operating system for the Bitcoin chain, you can interact with smart contracts on other chains, such as Cardano. So this brings in DeFi for the Bitcoin ecosystem and allows Bitcoin holders, such as the state of New Hampshire, to interact with the Bitcoin DeFi ecosystem and earn yield that way. So they can put it into a smart contract, which actually resides on Cardano, and earn interest off that for borrowing and lending. So this is a major opportunity for anyone in the Bitcoin ecosystem to finally find some decent yield opportunities that are powered by smart contracts. So this is majorly important. And of course, I've had comments on previous videos saying, the user experience might be all over the place. But when you have wallet applications such as Tokeo, which have taken out major complexities in that process and made the user experience really easy, we're going to see major adoption from many users because of wallets like this. They're integrated into the Cardano ecosystem first, but then of course went multi-chain and integrated into Bitcoin. And they're working alongside the BitcoinOS team to make this all happen. So I'm really excited to see their native experience with Bitcoin DeFi from the Bitcoin user's point of view. So this is really exciting stuff. I know they're going to launch a desktop app in the future as well. I prefer using desktop rather than mobile myself, but I know a lot of users prefer mobile. But we are going to see major improvements there in general. But what about the airdrop? This is the biggest buzz that I've seen in the Cardano space in a long time. And let's go through the details here on Andrew's post. So this is it. So a while back, they stated that we're going to have a token. And the idea here was that we thought originally there wasn't going to be a token. We were going to be able to bring Bitcoin over and not have to use a token within the process. But they announced that they would. And Charles mentioned a little bit earlier that, if you launch as a Cardano native token, I will be fully behind this. And in a way they are, but I'll go through the details there. So they've got this airdrop that's coming through and you can claim these tokens. And let's go through the details. So there are two major things to understand. Firstly, BOS token CNT distribution in this airdrop will not be the true final version of BOS. And this is what I was talking about. So this is just a distribution. This will be a voucher token, an IOU, redeemable one-to-one for the real BOS token when it arrives. So everyone with Cardano ecosystem will be able to tap into and get the BOS token voucher, and then redeem it for the full final version of the BOS token when it's launched within their operating system. It's going to be really interesting. Let me read on. The voucher BOS token will exist on other chains, including as an ERC20 token on Ethereum, for example. For our BOS community airdrop campaign, voucher tokens will be available across both chains. So what is the real BOS token? The real BOS token, once released, will be an unchained token, seamlessly interoperable between UTXO chains, Bitcoin and Cardano first and foremost. It's the same token standard we use in our bridgeless transaction demo. And this is the demo that I did yesterday. If you haven't seen that video yet, please check it out. Links down below for you guys. Now, some keen observers have pointed out that our demo didn't transfer any CNTs. This is true. Unchained token is, in this case, was a Cardano meta protocol existing as an entirely separate standard on Cardano. But that won't be the case for long, nor will it be for BOS. In phase 2, in our development, unchained tokens will exist as a CNT on Cardano. So we actually see it. This means real unchained BOS will move around in your wallet as an ordinary CNT and be compatible with your favorite Cardano wallets, explorers, and dApps. And of course, it works on Bitcoin as well. Now, I do these videos on a regular basis to keep you guys up to date with everything that's happening. I do all these interviews, and I don't get paid for any of this. All my revenue primarily comes from the YouTube ads and sale of NFTs. So if you want to support the channel, you can become a channel member. You can have a look here. These are all my fantastic channel members at the moment. You can subscribe if you have the means to do so, and it's just a price of a cup of coffee. So I've kept it as low as possible. So if you do have the means, if you do want to support, you can do so that way, and it keeps me going, keeps me motivated, and keeps me producing these videos for you guys. If you can't afford that, that's totally fine. You don't need to. Don't feel guilty that you can't, but if you can, at least hit that like and subscribe button. It helps with the algorithm and it helps me get these videos out there for the community. Now, with that out of the way, let's get back to it. All right, so how do we actually participate in this airdrop? And the handle guys have some of the details here. BOS will be airdropped on Cardano, and handle owners get to join in. Handle owners have gained access to the initial distribution of the BOS token on Cardano as a CNT. Here, BOS and handle. Okay, announcing the final phase here. These are the eligible communities. So this is interesting. We've got Bloom pool. So this is Big Pay. So all of his pools will be eligible for the token distribution. So I'm assuming because they're state pools, you may need to delegate to those particular pools to be able to access those tokens. So I'm expecting these pools to max out, and I'm expecting a lot of state pools, such as myself, to lose some liquidity, some state ADA to these pools here. So once these pools are full, that's pretty much it. And then we've got MinSwap and all these other ecosystem tokens here. I'm assuming you need to hold these tokens within your wallet. The details aren't exactly clear, but I'm assuming you need to hold the tokens so that you be able to access the BOS token. So I'm having a quick scan over here. I probably have 95% of these tokens at the moment. So I think I might be able to unlock quite a bit here. But I do have to move some ADA, I think, over to Bloompool to unlock some of that. Anyway, let's go further down here. Make sure you join the BitcoinOS Discord and follow the instructions to verify your handle and secure your allocation. So if you haven't yet checked out the BitcoinOS Discord server, do so, and you'll be able to access the verification process. Now, I've just joined the BitcoinOS Discord server here, and it's quite easy to follow along. They've got the BOS Airdrop as a channel here, and this is where you start. If you're a Cardano user, you need to just follow the ADA FAQs, and you'll be able to go through the steps here to verify your wallet. Now, if you verified your wallet on other communities before, it's using Vibrant, so it may already be connected and it'll be pulling up the data in your wallet. And here you can see all the different amounts of tokens that you need to unlock the various roles. So there's quite a bit here that you need to go through, but it's nice that they spelt it out for you here. So if you are a holder of any of these tokens, you'll be able to unlock those roles and gain that type of verification. So that's a nice start. So I'll put links to this all down below as well, but you can find the details in the BitcoinOS's X post. And here you can see the link, discord.gg/BitcoinOS. You can get to that directly from their posts. Now, what are the actual other alternatives here? And This is the scenario. This is a story that's been going on. So originally, BitcoinOS refused to become a Cardano native token. However, after literally no traction and people rejecting the premise, the BitcoinOS folks have reversed course. And of course, now they're doing this major airdrop. But it just to remind you, this airdrop of this token is only a voucher, an IOU to be able to convert it over to the final version of the BitcoinOS token. So that's probably something that you do need to remember, and that at some point in time, you will need to redeem that token into the final version of the BitcoinOS token. And now the problem here, they still offer an additional token. Bitcoin maxis won't trust this. Solution here, this is the alternative. Solutions, Charles' version has no additional token. Maxis will love it. That equals adoption. Really interesting. And this is probably something that we need to look out for. And I know Charles had mentioned that he will be demoing their version that IOG have been working on at the upcoming Bitcoin conference, Bitcoin 2025. This is on May 29th. I saw in my comments of the last YouTube video that is on May 29th when we will be expecting to see this demo. So hopefully we see how that all works, something very similar to what the BitcoinOS team are doing, but with no token in between, no BOS token. So what will the Bitcoin holders in general be more interested in? Will they be relying on and using what BitcoinOS have created, or will they use what Charles and IOG have created with no additional token needed? So I'm assuming that will be using BTC or ADA as the gas token within the ecosystem. So what we'll see, it's going to be interesting. Now there's other Cardano projects that are heading over to the Bitcoin 2025 in Las Vegas as well. And Maestro here have a link, an affiliate link where you can get 10% off. This isn't my affiliate link, this is Maestro. So if you use the code word Maestro, you'll get 10% off your ticket if you are interested in going to Bitcoin 2025. How much are tickets? I actually haven't looked. Let's have a quick look here. So buy a pass. This will be the one that I would probably get. And we are looking at a ridiculous amount of money. Okay. Festival pass, $569 US. And if you're a whale, $11,000. Okay. I'm definitely not going to this event, but if you are interested in seeing what's happening in the Bitcoin ecosystem and what Charles is going to be demoing, highly recommend you probably use this 10% off so you can get your get over there and see what the guys are up to. All right, guys, I'll leave you with that. Now, just a reminder, if you haven't tried this wallet yet, highly recommend Tokeo. Fantastic wallet for anyone that holds Bitcoin and ADA. And I think that's a majority of us here in the Cardano ecosystem. So this is absolutely fantastic wallet. Do check it out. The team are continuously building and innovating and adding more and more things. And guys, if you haven't yet already, hit that thumbs up, like, subscribe, notification bell. I'll see you guys in the next video.